We're now going to start evaluating algebraic expressions. What we have here is an expression that says x plus 3y. These values x and y are called variables because the quantities that go into x and y are allowed to vary. Typically what we like to do with algebraic expressions is initially we're going to evaluate them for specific values of x and y. So if we have x plus 3y and we want to evaluate it when x is 3 and y is negative 1, all we need to do is substitute 3 in for x wherever x appears in the expression and let y equal negative 1 wherever I see it in the expression. So the way we're going to do that is I'm going to write a 3 in place of my x, and then we're going to say plus 3 times y is going to be negative 1. So I've marked in blue where I'm substituting. Then we just proceed to evaluate the expression as we did earlier. We need to perform multiplication first. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So I have 3 plus negative 3. These are additive inverses of each other, so the result is going to be 0. Let's look at another example. Suppose I want to evaluate 5xy. I'm again going to evaluate these for x equal 3, y equal negative 1. You'll notice that we don't write the multiplication symbols between the x, y, and 5, although it's implicitly understood to be there. So this technically means 5 times x times y. To evaluate this expression, I'm going to write 5 and then times x is 3 and then times y is negative 1. So I have 5 times x is 3 times y is negative 1. I can multiply this just working from left to right. 5 times 3 is 15, then times negative 1. 15 times negative 1 is going to give me a result of negative 15. Let's look at a couple more. Suppose we want to evaluate 3y divided by 2 minus 2x. Same deal. Wherever I see a y, I'm going to put negative 1 in its place. Wherever I see an x, I'm going to substitute 3 into its place. So that's going to give me 3 times, now y is equal to negative 1, and then we're going to divide by 2 minus 2 times x is equal to 3. So I put a 3 in place of x. 3 times negative 1 in the numerator gives me negative 3. In the denominator, I need to do the multiplication first, so I'm going to have 2 minus 2 times 3 is 6. So I now have negative 3 divided by negative 4. 2 negatives make a positive, and I get a result of 3/4. Finally, let's do one more where our algebraic expression contains absolute value. We have the absolute value of negative 4x plus y. So again, all I'm going to do is wherever I see an x, I'm going to substitute 3 in its place. And wherever I see a y, I'm going to substitute negative 1 in its place. So what I have here is plus negative 1. Performing the multiplication first, negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, and then plus negative 1. Negative 12 plus negative 1 is negative 13. The absolute value of negative 13 is 13.